Okay, morning everyone. Another short carving video. I did one the other day on carving mushrooms. This one's going to be on safety and a little knife talk. Start with, for safetiness, a glove. I don't always wear one. Don't do as I do, do as I say. My father used to tell me that. And a thumb. I rarely wear these, I'm not going to lie to you. But you should. You should. Those are good things to have. That's actually a carving knife. I picked that up used a few years back. Made in Germany. Don't really know the name. Never looked it up. It's a nice knife. This is probably the safest carve right here you can do, is the mushrooms on the branches. And why they're safe is no matter what you're doing, you're cutting away from yourself. The whole carve, the most dangerous part of the carve is when you do the stock cut, pushing down. Because whenever you push on a knife, it can become dangerous. And you really don't have to push if your knife is good and sharp. This one probably needs a little honing. That would be thing two. The most dangerous thing you can do is carve with a sharp knife because you're pushing hard to make it work. That makes sense to everybody. You want to keep them sharp. You want to learn to use a leather strop. Very easy. Once you get past the stone, the strop, you just go down, come back. Down, come back. And you don't have to have it on there like I do. I must have one loose here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Because I have several of these because I never can find the one I'm looking for. That's why it's hanging right there so it can't get away. Down, come back. Down, come back. Down, come back. Down, come back. That's a way to do it. Some people do down, up, down, up. You know, I have done it wrong. We won't get into that. This is a good knife right here. Doesn't have to be that expensive a knife. Like you know, I carve a lot with the... I like this one for this blade, the Stockman series of knives. Stockman style, Stockman model. There's a Buck. There's a Old Timer. I've used this one. I can't open these good with gloves on. I gotta take the glove off. This isn't, I never do a lot with gloves. I should, then you won't get scars like that in your hand when you mess up, but oh well. It happens. That's a Charade Old Timer. That is an American made one, but I had a Chinese one somewhere. Perfectly fine, usable knife. Be a little careful. There's the other one right there. The Swiss Armies are nice. They've got a nice little blade that carves wonderful on them. Sharpens easy. That's a good knife right there to use. Got a saw blade on it. The perfect knife to me would be a blade like this and then a saw blade on this end. That would be absolutely perfect to carve with, in my opinion. That would be a great, great creation, invention, or whatever. I haven't seen one. There probably is one out there. Great series. I like the smaller model. This is the... Can't tell you the model right off quick. I thought it was on blade. This is the 3739, and I think that one's a size bigger. It works. It's just bigger, heavier in your pocket. The unsafe part of these is the blade can close if your hand's in here. You know, you can get cut if it closes. Strapping, you know, when you're going away, you're pushing. I always keep my thumb right there so they can't when I'm stropping these. They have to be sharp, once again. I have started a little bit of power carving And I built a dust collection system. It seems to work pretty good. It's just this wooden box. Drilled a bunch of holes in it. Plug the vacuum cleaner into here. Turn the vacuum cleaner on. And it works. We shut that off because it's a little loud. Next thing's wood selection. I'm going to touch on that just a little bit. Limb carving. Most anything with needles. For mushrooms, cedar, spruce, hemlock. We have here in the north. Other parts of the country have other trees. Pine is on the soft side. I use pine and cedar both. Can fall for both. The branches seem to be tougher. But pine is soft. And I'm going to try to demonstrate what pine can do to you. If you're doing a stop cut, this is a piece of pine, 1.5 by 1.5 pine. If you're doing a stop cut with pine, especially if you're not, right there, it did it. See? It's a lot weaker than basswood. It's good. Butternut's good. A little harder to come by butternut, but it's a good choice to carve with. Basswood's good to carve with. This is kind of a bad habit, this branch carving that I've kind of picked up. And you can do snowmen easily with it, wood spirits. You can do anything with it. The mushrooms are the safest because every cut is away from you. You're never cutting down. When you do if you're left-handed, this side of the moe's eye is fine. This side not as easy. You just cannot come over here and make that cut. If you're right-handed, a right and left-handed person working together, or if you're right-handed, excuse me, a right and left-handed person working together, they can do this great. One guy do this side, one guy do that side, one person on each side, boom, perfect. But that takes away from the fun. And I'm doing this to promote carving for fun. You know, you got a sharp knife with you, you're out for a walk, you got a little saw, or even without, you pick up a branch in the woods, so you can spend a few minutes sitting there relaxing carving. It's a fun thing to do. I don't know what that's all about. Probably a little dust. I'm so neat and organized, as you can see. Thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. I want to do a few more carvings of different things I've worked on and done. There's one I'm working on now. I do some work with a bandsaw or a scroll saw. Cut out the pattern. We're going to talk about patterns in a video, how to come up with them without spending a fortune. I do these little shorebirds. I am copying Will Kirkpatrick from, I think he's from Hudson, Massachusetts. Very famous carver. Not illegal to look online and trace a picture and cut it out and carve it. It is probably illegal, I don't know, to put my name on it. I would never do that. I don't advise anybody to do that. I do these little skunks. I have a woman with a shop in the other end of town that puts up craft people. And I said I'd never sell any. I have put some in her shop. Skunks and mushrooms seem to sell. I guess I sold a snowman with Santa Claus. Bears? Not much interest. Mois? Don't seem to sell. I don't know about eagles. I haven't put any in. Ducks don't sell. I used to carve ducks all the time. A goose will sell. A duck really won't sell. A loon will sell. I've got one I'm working on there. I'm attention deficit disorder, I guess you could say. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Heron 6. I I have 100 projects. I'll go in at once, and I do this one, and I do that one, I do this, and I do that one. It's just the way I am. It's the way I've always been. I'm relaxed doing it that way. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes I get sick of something, and I'm building up the fire, and I throw it in the stove, and that's the end of that one. Give them away. That's me. You don't want to hear about me. Y'all have a nice day.